guys, welcome to my white wine talk. This isn't even on. It's for dramatic effect. Anyway, this is Trader Joe's. It's like the number one thing I'm gonna miss from living alone is having a Trader Joe's near me. So I've got the chalice of truth. So if you don't know me, my name is Coco Mexico. It's kind of like a stage name so that I can have the confidence to be able to talk to you all and pursue my dream. What is my dream, you might ask? My dream is to become a full-time artist. Very ambitious dream. A little bit of backstory. I quit my job because I am absolutely 1000% delusional. It was a culmination of a lot of things. I have been working since I was 15 years old, and I think I'm at the point at my lowly age of 23 of being burnt out. It was just becoming way too difficult to come into work, and it just felt like I was chasing a dream that was very unrealistic, to be frank. Sure, if any other people my age are new into the workforce, really everybody in America is struggling right now, but it just felt like I was working so hard and then something would come up, like my car would break down or I'd have to go to the hospital. I had to, get a rabies shot one time. That was a lot of money. Don't touch wildlife, please. It's not worth it. It's not worth the cute cuddles, I promise. It literally, to put it into perspective how much it cost for me to get a rabies shot, I had to pay my whole entire deductible. That's how much it cost. I think it was like $10,000 out of pocket, like if I didn't have health insurance. Anyway, something crazy, stupid would always happen to me, and it would wipe out all of my savings, and then all of my money was going to rent. And so I did the math, and I was like, the math is not mathing. Like, I cannot afford to have a full-time job and live alone. It's just not gonna happen. And then I couldn't find any roommates. And so here I am. This is my childhood bedroom. Can you believe I have not had a sip of wine and I am just yapping this much to you? I'll have a sip of wine. You in the audience should also get a glass of wine and sip along with me. That way it's less cringy that I'm drinking alone. I could have told you when I was a kid that working an office job was not going to be for me. I had the attention span of a gopher. It wasn't in the cards for me to do that. The happiest I've been in my life, and this is a really hot take, was working at a pizza shop. I really enjoyed that. I liked talking to everybody. I liked being on my feet all the time. I think, and this might be really me being really idiotic, but maybe being a barista. A barista sounds really fun to me. You make little latte arts. And I'm still gonna live in my parents' house because I can't afford to live anywhere else. But at least if I'm a barista, I can make my little latte arts, talk to the community, tell everybody that they should follow their dreams. Then I can spend a lot of my time making cute little pictures and drawings for you guys. That sounds really nice, honestly. So let's talk about it. Because it can't be me. I cannot be the only person in the world at my job that I just quit. I wasn't allowed to take my 2 weeks of vacation because if I ran out of time, then they could fire me. I had to sign a form because I went on a trip and I had 45 minutes of vacation time left, and they were basically like, warning, if you run out of time, you might get let go, you might be terminated. And that was the first time I had gone and taken vacation time in a year. It seemed like for me to go spend over half of my money on rent, just on rent alone, and then, you have to pay your utilities, to buy groceries, because Lord knows, I'm no almond mom. You're too tired when you get home to do anything productive. I would work when I got home, and then there would be no time to do anything else. Just seemed like a losing battle for me. I know I cannot be the only one who thinks like that. I think that is part of the reason why in America people are so attached to their jobs. Our culture is very success driven. And it's not a bad thing, even in the way that we talk about time. You talk about time in terms of time spent. So if you're not spending your time correctly, then you're failing, right? We have culminated here in the United States. I'm not saying that it's not like that in other countries. I think that's why people are so attached to their jobs. At least I was feeling the pressure, and I was not as motivated as some people. Let's put it that way. In America, the first question people will ask you is, what is your job? What's your occupation? I think that's why people like have such an identity attached to what they do for a living, because we don't really have any time to do anything else. Like fast food, like everything is built to be the most efficient way to use your time so that you can maximize your productivity. I'm just not that productive. I'm way too scatterbrained, okay, to just like grind. You're telling me, a girl, to grind for 8 hours a day? No thank you. All that to say, my goal, I just want to pay my student loans with my art business. If I don't, I've been taking Shira Seven's advice and my boyfriend will help me. I hope so. It is really hard to talk to a camera and not have somebody talking back to you. I'm a yapper, but like I do not care about what I have to say that much. But I'm hoping, you know, like I put a little bit more time and effort into this and then I'll have more of you that I can talk to. Wouldn't that be so fun? I want to say that I am in a place of privilege to be able to move back in with my parents and to like try this out to see if it'll work for me. I'm also young enough to be on my parents' health insurance, so it kind of seemed like if there was any point in my life to be reckless, now is the time. So that's kind of why I decided to move home. I was like, you know, because I'm 23, so I have until 26 on my parents' health insurance. Yay! So I'm gonna milk that. It's very embarrassing to be in my childhood bedroom. Like my whole entire life, I have been a part of the grind set. I got to a point at my job where every single day I had a little bit of a mental breakdown. Wish I was over exaggerating. A little scream sesh right before I walked in because I was so unhappy with my current situation. My poor family and friends, I would yap about how much I hated my job and nobody wanted to be around that. Let's be honest. It just became a point where I was like, I need to take action and not continue to not only be negative towards myself, but negative to everybody else in my life. Nobody cares that much. I looked around at what my life looked like and I was like, honestly, I would be okay with maybe not living with my parents forever. Like if I don't own a home, like fine. I wasn't gonna be able to own a home anyway on the salary I was earning as a full-time office worker. It was never gonna happen for me, I'm gonna be honest. I just realized, like, for the past few years post-grad, I thought that buying things would make me happy. None of that was bringing me joy. I didn't care about any of those things enough for them to matter to me. The thing I cared about most was like my freedom, because the thing is, you're not guaranteed to live that long. Like you don't know how long you're gonna be around. And I know it's short-sighted. Continue down that path of being unhappy every day, pinching my pennies every day because I could barely afford rent, to continue to do. There was no incentive. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like a 2% raise was not doing it for me. I wish it was. I wish I was getting compensated fairly, but the amount that I was being compensated, girly pop, it was not adding up. Like running the numbers, completely devoid of my pride, because trust me, the pride of having to ask for help as somebody who never asks for help, especially like that is so embarrassing. I'm 23, and I say, mommy, daddy, can you please allow me to live with you because I have no money? And they're like, why do you have no money? Because you're being irresponsible. And I'm like, well, maybe a little. I swallowed my pride because I figured that my short-term happiness was more important than sticking it out. Sticking it out for what? I've tried 2 different office jobs and neither of them did it for me. You know what I'm saying? So here I am talking to you, my new bestie, about how being a young person, why do I sound like I'm 93 years old? Being a Gen Z person in this day and age is really tough. It's very hard, I think, to be motivated. But if anybody actually does really like their career, like, let me know. I've always wanted to be a park ranger. I don't know if anybody else has had this like delusion of being a park ranger. Like, I don't even like going outside. I have raging OCD. Maybe when my episode's over though, maybe you'll catch me in the national parks or something. Like maybe I'll be a seasonal worker and I'll do little hot girl walks where I teach everybody about the plants. I have 176 days to figure out my shit. So if you are feeling very, very generous and want to help me not have to go back to the office, I have a Patreon. I will send you cute little postcards and like add a little bit of extra stuff, obviously, because you'll be my bestie. But I want to be your pen pal. I have a little membership, a postcard and sticker membership where I'll send you at least a postcard and a sticker every month. It's only $5. It would really help me out a lot. I would love to send you a postcard. If you send me a DM, I'll link my Instagram as well. If you send me a DM, I will give you the first month free because I'd love to send you a postcard and a sticker. I do have an example, and here's my little like promo. I'm actually a little bit buzzed right now.